Hi guys, welcome to the daily recap. It's Thursday, 7th of June. Now today was a really bad day in the sense of overtrading and revenge trading. My P&L, I'll show you that first because I need to explain a few things. So I came out positive, but I had 77 tickets, which is probably 3 times more than I normally have, and my commissions were also just way out of hand. Commissions for today, 350 bucks. So in other words, my day net minus 46, 19 trades. Now this is my P&L for today. I was nudging minus 700 at one stage, and it all came about because of MDXG. Man, this freaking killed me. This was like a 585. Sorry, my bad. This saved me. What killed me was AXON, AXON. Not so much for the loss itself, but for the commissions, because the size I was taking was really big. And I'll show you this is again. So this is a journal. So these are my commissions, right? So 1650 for, this must have been, yeah, okay, well this was one trade, but it was just a lot of in and out. But commissions of $23, $20, mind you, 2,000 shares. 2,000 shares, 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, $24.50, and so on and so forth. So $32.50 for 2,000 shares. I don't normally trade this kind of size. I've only gone live a couple of weeks back, and my size initially was 50 shares, 100 shares, and my commissions were $1. So if I had 30 executions or 30 tickets, I had $30, which is fine. But now that I've upsized, and I've only upsized because I think I'm ready, but then I don't think I'm ready, because going from negative 700 to positive 300, I mean, yes, it shows that I'm capable of getting out of a hole, but people can get lucky. Long term, it's not great, because long term, and I did this on Tuesday. This is a mirror image of Tuesday. Tuesday, I was minus 400, and I ended up being 1,000 on the day down because I continued to trade to get my way out of trouble. Today it worked. That's why I'm very skeptical of using this kind of methodology in this initial beginning of my live trading career. I certainly don't want to blow. I'm already blown up 2 accounts, which I think is really, and I know this is going to sound really bad, but it's probably the best way to learn, because that gives you, it instills that belief and the attitudes of how you should treat your risk management, and your whole decision making, your setups that you're taking. It all just shows you very clearly, when it's all at the end of the day, when you're looking at your journal, it just shows you where you have to improve. And if you look at my demon finder, and this is putting my hand up, this is 100% honest, and I filled this in an hour ago. I have now reached 10 yeses for occurrences of revenge trading, and 9 of wrong position side because of the big size I was taking to make up losses, and obviously trading against rules. So I know I've got 3 issues, and I know this is very clear to me what I need to fix. This kind of demon finder is really good, because it just shows you very clearly, succinctly, where you need to stop and focus on. So I know what I need to fix. I know what I need to do. The thing that I need a little bit more of is a bit more experience in order for me able to learn, to get into a pattern of, when I reach a maximum loss, I close down for the day. Reach a maximum loss, close down for the day. I'm still in this, and I'm also influenced by the chat room, because obviously everyone in there, the moderator Andrew and everyone else in there, is obviously trying to do well. And Andrew is just so consistent day in, day out. I mean, he gets out of holes. I mean, the guy's just, he's amazing. And, you know, I almost think sometimes that I can do what he does. And obviously I can't because I don't have near enough experience or the, well, it is just experience. It's really what it comes down to. The experience and the ability to have gone through those issues and dealt with them. You know, I'm still learning. I'm still on the road to kind of, you know, discovery. So I need to be careful not to try and emulate certain people, even though I think sometimes I can do okay. Anyway, enough of a rant. So trade-wise, all right, so I traded, so as you can see, stock-wise, I traded 1, because AXON was long and short, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stocks, right? The best one was AXON when I went short. The worst was, sorry, the best was MDXG when I went short, and the worst was probably SJM. So let me just show you what I did. I'll try and keep this brief. Let's just start with AXON. So AXON, and you'll see a number of trades on this. So I got in pre-market here. Where was I? Where's pre-market? Sorry, this is not AXON. This is AXON. So I got in pre-market because I was sitting at my PC about 7 o'clock onwards. And I got in here with, I think it was 500 shares. I don't recall. Yeah, sorry, there's so many tickers. It was probably 500 shares, and I sold, and I think I sold in 3 steps here. So this was one trade, and then I got in again. Now, what I'm really beginning to understand a little bit better is a good entry price. The last 3 or 4 days, I've really noticed that it makes a difference, and I'm actually able to get slightly better entries. So I got in here again. Now, normally I would not get in here. Normally I would get in here, you know, time of day, because that's just the amateur that I still am. And you know, I got in here when it was pulling back on the pullback. Really good entry, except that it didn't continue going up, which is obviously no fault of the stock or of the market. I take responsibility for all my trades, and in this case, you know, I think it was a good entry, but maybe just not on the right setup. Because it was really early in the day. The volume was still quite low, as you can see. But anyway, I ended up, I think I had a little bit more to this position, but I ended up getting out of it. And long story cut short, the market opened here at 9:30. We went long, and I sold at the high of day, which was really good. Slightly risky because I've noticed the last 3 or 4 days, the market's been really volatile for the first 5-10 minutes. Really, a lot is happening. It's really hard to gauge patterns. And you know I shouldn't be trading the first 5 minutes at least, but sometimes you just get the impulse, and that's obviously, it all comes back to my self-discipline. And then I ended up, I think, selling here, and I got out of it. Now, actually, I ended up shorting this as well. I ended up shorting it because I could tell, well, I couldn't tell. I was influenced by the chat room, who were thinking that maybe this is going to go down because of the fact that it had a bit of a big sell-off, and it worked out well. But the point is, you know, this is not the kind of stock that is my bread and butter. You know, my bread and butter is not, it's certainly not this price range, and certainly not, you know, 30 million float is not really what I trade. But anyway, moving on. So the next stock was, you can see how many AXONs has. I mean, my broker will be loving me today. This is my bread and butter, and let me tell you why I think this is a good setup. Yesterday I had a similar setup, in the sense that you have a slow fading downtrending stock, right? You don't have any indicators to get out, so you're not hitting your, say, your VWAP, you're not hitting your 9 moving average. You can just stay in the trade and ride it down. That's the type of trade that I like. I think we all do, unless you know you like a lot of action. But this type of trade, you have to spot early on. And we had, I think, 10 or 12 stocks on our watch list today, so quite a lot to go through and keep watch. I only have I've got 5 charts set up at the moment that I can view, so I can view 5 stocks. Obviously, I wasn't watching this. And I kind of got in. I got in really late for this, right? I got in really late. It had already dropped from 117 to 100, it dropped 10 points. I mean, that 100 shares over a 10-point gap down, that's $1,000. I mean, and that's not difficult to do, and it's not stressful. It's not, and it doesn't involve 77 tickets either, right? And I got in here, and I actually got out again because I had a feeling it might bounce because I got in so late. And then I got in again here, and I wrote it down a little bit. Now, you know, this is the type of trade that I look for, right? So today I found it very late, but yesterday I found it quite early on. And I think Tuesday I found something similar, I think, I don't recall. But this is the type of trade that I'm beginning to kind of be attracted to. Anyway, so that was that one. And then we had MDXG. Right, so this is one where I think I made $500 on, which kind of saved me big time. Yeah, 585. And what do we do here? So here we went long. Now, obviously, whoops, I must have gone in really big here. And I did. Sorry, let me just. It's probably like 1,000 shares. No, it couldn't have been that much shares because actually it was that many shares because it was the price is so low. Sorry, guys. That I got in probably I think 1,000 and probably added 1,000 here as well. And I scaled out as I normally do. I mean, this was a good trade. Caught it slightly late because it had already, you know, gone up. It had already gone up from 520 to 660 when I got in. So, you know, kind of chasing a little bit here. But this one worked out. And then we went to now, okay, so let me tell you something about so SGM is a bad example of a trade which you take really early on, literally not first 5 minutes or virtually, well, what is it? This is a 5-minute candle. So this is okay within the second 5 minutes, so 10 minutes into the market open. Look at this week, guys. It's like from 96 to 101. Right, 5 points. 5 points is a big swing for me to be holding through. And what I did was, I went short here, and promptly it went down really quickly to 96. So I mean, I would have made $2, and I think I had 200 shares, or maybe 100 shares. So it was either $100. Sorry, it was either $200 with 100 shares, or maybe it was $400. But it was so quick that I didn't get time to actually cover, and it promptly shot up like a bat out of hell, and I just covered. I tried to get out here, but I didn't get filled, and I covered the rest here. So that was a big loss. That was SJM, a VKTX. VKTX we shorted, right? So this is a good trade. It's quite early on. We caught it within like the first 5-10 minutes. Got in at a good price, just below the VWAP, so good risk reward. And we had a level marked. So you see this. This is the close either yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't recall anymore. You've got the 50, the 20. So all of these can be targets, and you can see how I scaled out towards this, and I left a slither on, and I got it here. Then I went to short it again because I saw it was just so weak, and it continued down to my target here, and I got out. Once again, I didn't make 4 or 5 executions. It's just how DAS executed me because of the number of shares I took. It didn't fill me in one go. So if you have a look at something like here, this is one click of a button, right? Probably whatever it is, 1,000 shares or whatever it is. But it didn't fill me in one go. It filled me in whatever it was, 5 or 6 spots. But that's what happens when you're trading bigger size. And I think that is it actually. That's it for the day. So you know, overall, a day of swing in sense of coming back from a loss, but not a great day in terms of, I think, discipline. And you know, it's just something I have to learn. But anyway, you know, we're still learning. It's going to take a bit of time. The journal is virtually ready. I just need to upload it to the blog. So if you're interested in using Total Trader, then by all means, I'll make it available. Let me just show you something really, really quickly. In terms of the journal, my win rate at the moment is still 66%, or 67 yesterday. And you can see my net equity curve, you know, slightly kind of dropped here today, and then kind of almost rebound a little bit. But you know, this is the linear kind of trend. So obviously at the moment, not going the direction we wanted to go. But I'm very careful in calculating and being aware of exactly where I am with everything. 42% win rate today, so very, very poor compared to yesterday. So something to work on. But anyway, we'll keep going, and we'll get there. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers, bye.